backs up and finds an angle. Almost kissed as Bolts goes back toward the library, but the books are overdue. Legia is not going to pay a late charge. Keith will still get a bomb plant. 9 HP. Legia has 7. Henny has 3 kills to find.
I don't think this is worth it. He's too far removed from the situation. He's in second middle right now. He knows with the tech line out, he's got the cool, the low HP, but I don't think he can win the round here. Just trying to cause any further economical damage towards the big side. This will be the first round for them. And aggressive stuff from Immortals. I don't mind that at all. They're trying to mix things up just as big. They're getting comfortable and working out how they're going to adjust. You throw down 3 players onto that middle position, trying to get the picks in, but it was a brawl, an absolute brawl. Look at the HP of Big, but they come out on top just about and post their first round here. It's round number 8 going in their favor. 7-1.
Brazil over Germany.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, you couldn't resist it. I couldn't either. Yeah. What's happening?
First time we've had a 7-1 Brazil over Germany in a while.
Yeah.
Real deal. We've had lots of 7-1s where people still bring it up, but this time it directly relates.
Yeah. Well then. Double orb setup. We said it was a possibility, man. I'm excited for it as well. The way KNG was playing on Cobblestone, I feel like he could do a lot of damage here. But as you said, Keith on this map throughout the tournament has taken some huge names down. Fallen, Alu, who's considered one of the best orbers on Inferno. He went toe-to-toe with him and managed to come out as the victor. We'll see if he can recover now. He's having a very quiet game so far. Keith, 2 kills, 7 deaths, taps, and that's the biggest problem. 0 and 8.
Molotov lands a tree, double nades as well. They're trying to find that early damage they received on the last map. Missed shot from Henny, peculiar enough, as they walk toward the top of the T-stairs. They'll know the 8WP is therefore toward B and try and push it back. That nade could land. And he's down to 41, but Copy does get tagged. Crossfire set. When do they go for the smoke set play? Clear the sandbags. This could be it because they are lining up for execution after covering off the top of Banana itself.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Legia, a bit of team damage there towards God B. It's fine though. They're sending up one of their classic executions. Is this the one you want, Matt? Is this in front of the bomb site going through spawn? Could be. We'll see.
Looks like they have a shallower smoke, so no. There's going to be a straight entry with caskets, but in the open, it's Lucas, and now Henny, the double team of the Twins inside of B. Henny with a fast shot, not quick enough to catch Legia up close, who grabs the AWP in return. They've still got problems. They're down a man. No flank coming from Banana, but a fast rotation toward the ruins and no plants, none yet. 30 seconds. Legia's going to have to go for it. Molotov will give him a slight window to do so. If he doesn't take advantage of the window, he just sits still. KNG's able to walk in. It's going to be a reset after 7-1. Another very good start for Immortals. Remember, they had a 12-3 lead. Big has only posted in the regular 30 rounds, excluding overtime, 4 T-sides so far. That's a bit awkward for Kiev. Unintended jump.
Double orb setup working out quite nicely there. Henny with 2 more frags. They keep trying to get towards that B bomb site, but he's ready for it. He was towards new boxes there as well. I assume they Molotov it. I saw them lining one up. It might have been missed slightly, but he shouldn't have that much freedom with those Molotovs deployed. They're very good executed. Don't leave anything open for the CTs really to even have those kind of angles. The idea is you Molotov absolutely everything. They're uncomfortable to stand in the open, that you can refrag them even if they get the first kill. I'm not sure the Molotov missed or everyone was thrown towards new boxes, but Henny seemed very comfortable there. It'll be round number 10, 8-1. And as you said, a full reset here for the German side. A map, the only map they've really played in this tournament so far. Their 4th showing here on Cobblestone. They've played, on Inferno. They played Cobblestone once in the previous one, but not looking that confident right now. Immortals, on the other hand, looking fantastic. Mixture of aggression and finding decent map control on the CT side, especially Henny, looking much better.
Much, much better. He sits with 7 kills. Lucas, who's been playing the site with him, has 11. Double up setup. Steal with it. I assume it's spawn. Yeah, it is. He's got the perfect spawn to go toward mid. So look for another fast shot. Immortals. They are not giving Big space. So Big really has much to work with anyway this round.
We said it's a reset. And that's reflected right now of the buy of Big. PT50s, Tech 9s, no armor. Little in terms of utility. A couple of smokes and still, you called him. Manages to get that first pick, takes down Keith. And that's all he needs to do. He's actually got vision of what sort of weaponry he's got. And he's taken down. Called as a pistol play. Fall back to the crossfires established. And wait for Big to make the next moves. Pretty textbook stuff. Go for the hunt of the information to start. Use AWP. Get the man advantage, fall back.
Cubby for Bolts and Lucas on rotation once more. Immortals for the passive play after the early aggression. Continue to slow big chances of getting execution. Ooh, dink, random from the Tech 9 as they push through, but KNG, he's still well positioned on the second op. I'm going to take that back. It's actually the same op. It's the first op that was thrown back over to him after Steel got the first pick. So third player to wield one in the round. Second player to get a kill with it. Steel back on the M4. His third kill as he gets down 2. And Lucas again on rotation inside of A. Johnny on the spot will get yet another kill.
9-1. Big just can't get going here, but that was another eco round for them. Still fine, very early days. It looks like a huge one-sided score, but you have to remember this is the CT side of Inferno. If you just get 3-4 rounds, you're fine, and Big have already shown us that as well. You know, their performance on Cobblestone, managing to lose the first half 12-3 and bouncing back, winning the game in overtime as well. They could have closed it out before that. They had match point first. It was the Pistols of Immortals to take them to overtime. 3 UMPs now. AKs are still not established, man. They're still struggling. Harsh reset, the first round they posted, it hasn't got them in a decent position here. And Immortals with a double orb setup, nothing really up against them in that respect. Lucas, he's on the orb, interesting enough. They swap over, he must have had a decent spawn. Back towards Henny now. And it will be Steel holding the A bomb site with KNG, spotting the top of middle.
Lucas is already on his horse. Deep execution. Trying to force Henny back. Blinded by a high flash inside of smoke. Fast play this time. But only fastest to get position, or do they go all the way through? It certainly will. Flash inside of smoke. Lucas knows they're there, but has to back away. Fires those all his ammo. It's onto Henny, who's being lit behind the new box, but he's certainly been on fire as he tries to go for more, though. Keevan next finally solved it. They get both players down. They'll get a plant with a man advantage as the retake wraps from A.
Yeah, Vicky are upgrading to AWP as well. They've got a battle towards the ruins area, but KNG doesn't hit the shot. That was the chance, but still, he's lighting him up. 3 kills come out of nowhere. He's up to next now with the UMP, doing a good job. Damage inflicted. Can't find the final frag. The defuse will come in. It was a decent attempt there, but Steel and Bolts, the another fantastic performance there, and double digits have been achieved.
When the clutches like that are not going your way, you're certainly having trouble. They had bombed down. KNG missed a shot toward Ruin, and Steel capitalized on it.
Yeah.
They actually popped out to find 2 immediate frags. They therefore had the information. The third was toward Emo, and they took advantage completely. 10-1.
This was the problem on Cobblestone. They were doing everything right in terms of getting the bomb down, getting the plays onto the bomb side, but falling apart when it really mattered. You can see the coach now, head in hands, and now the Brazilian's getting fired up. KNG's enjoying himself. It's round number 12, double orb setup still rolling, and we're going to have Tech 9s, P250s once again. Only got third stage operators with Tapson, trying to get stuck in, can't find anything just yet. He's still on 0 kills. It's a pretty easy spray down for them. Got to be the final player remaining. Matt, that's a huge deal. Tapson, 0 and 12.
That's ridiculous.
Hey!
And we've got another night. Steel pays them back. 11-1. Thank you very much. Have that on a platter. 11-1, and you're right, Tapson, best player arguably in the server based on stats and how things have gone lately, has no kills, not 1.
Yeah, what a gutting way that would be to drop the second map. Your best player, your superstar almost, unable to find a single kill. Still, insult to victory there.
KNG's now taunting.
Yeah, he's like, yep, stop that. Zach tells him, like, calm down, you haven't won the game yet. Let's not embarrass ourselves here. But still, you'd like to see that, getting fired up.
I like that they face each other for this reason.
Great,
get some fire back. We talk about it. The taunting has kind of not existed. Well, I guess the 360 stage is a way to make it work. Immortals, what a turnaround. Double up setup again, and he doesn't quite make the jump to the top of the half wall. Goes forward of it anyway, confidence as ever. Especially when you're rolling like this. He may just walk down. He's already scoped in. He could just walk out with the AWP behind them. Depends on the speed by which they disappear from the top of the middle. Not fast enough. Gets Keeve. He gets next. They have no idea, and they just walk into a trap. This is
just not good enough once again from Big. One round posted and 4 spies not working out, and they're taking ecos. They've had enough in many rounds to actually go for their executions. They're getting the bomb down just about, but the clutches just aren't working out for them. In this round, they didn't even arrive into Immortals. Great pincer coming down Banana as well. Big slow plays, methodical stuff towards middle, getting ready for the final commitment. Backstab coming in, finding kills the AWP and the M4A4s, and another tactical timeout. 3 out of 4 used so far. They're desperately trying to get back into this game, but it's not looking great. Currently maximum loss bonus, and it looks like they're investing into this round. Not fully. Okay, so Tech 9's arm up, got B, gets out the UMP. But Immortals showing up dramatically, or maybe a lack of Big on the server. This is not the team we saw. Looking to shut them down. It's going to be equal so far, but they have the man advantage now.
The new steal was in graveyard. They get fortunate. He runs out of ammunition because they'll finally get a second round on the board. It's taken that long. Round 15 we head into. It's 12-2, and perhaps you're right. Maybe the Needle has worn the groove too deep because they've not gone back to any of the repetitive plays that were so uncharacteristic of the top teams. So new, crafty from Gombe.
We'll see what happens there as we go further and further into the first half. It's round number 15, like 2 rounds for Big. It's better. Something to work with. They got 12-3 in the first half. A commitment towards the apartments finds the number 2. Still not enough. They 13-2 just won't cut out this one. Even though to be fair, I said that of course at a 12-3, but it feels like this one that is not arriving. And Tapson gets his first kill. There we go. Something to work with. The crowd is going in towards the boiler room. It's 1 kill, but yeah, let's get fired up.
Well, he's gone down, so he gets only the 1, but yes, it fires up the German fan club. Bolts is still alive in this despite being very low on HP. He's down to 5. And he's got next, though. It's Gombe and Keeve only. Gombe's at top middle. KMG doesn't quite spot him from behind the pillar, so it's given them a chance for the opening. More so because Bolts is trying to anchor the pit with so little life. It doesn't even matter. He's got lots of life left for the fight. 13-2. Immortals shut them down once more.
Physical stuff from Immortals. That's a perfect CT half. A mixture of calculated aggression, great warping from Henny. Seems to have bounced back from that awful performance from Cobblestone. The duo between him and Lucas as well is looking fantastic there. When he falls back, when he has to go into the crossfires, they're locking them down. And Big, to be fair, their executions, their defaults are working. They're getting in the side, the bomb's going down. They're just not closing games out in terms of the clutches aren't coming in their favor. They're coming very close every time. It's unlucky in that respect, but 2 rounds. And I'll say this as well, Tabson 114. The fact is he gets stabbed 1 for 15. Should correct myself. The fact he gets 1 kill, actually, it's quite a big deal, man. Like, it won't be remembered. Remember the time Tabson went Slayer. He got 1 kill, right? It helps you out in terms of getting to that second half. You're saying, okay, I've got that out of the way. I can just make sure I can now focus in the second half as we'll get into it. Much needed pistol round here. Exact same story, really, but even worse as it was in Cobblestone.
Yeah, get that Berlin wall back. Standing tall, taps, and there he goes. He's already on the board. This half starts it with a good pistol shot on the USP. Here he peeks, gets another as well. No confidence lost for Tapson, but does go down, overextends, perhaps overstayed the welcome as Lucas was ready for the repeat. Not ready for Lagia's repeat. Great shot. Range is winning, but they're only up by 1. Next is on 3. They have to be very careful on how aggressive they want to be because they cannot afford to be tirelessly and trying. Unnecessary dying would cost them dearly. I mean, Lagia, again, is still going to sit out toward Benetta because he wants to hold it down. He could bait his teammate in. If they go back toward A, a solo hold from Keeve. And a solo hold that has Cubby.
watching such a sick performance of Cobblestone. That was their chance to get back into it. Genji has been fired up this game, I'll give him that. And it's an embarrassing set of affairs with Legia. That's a kill he should be getting.
I'm not even sure that was Portuguese seeing it again.
It wasn't. you can't lead rest, can you? Fair enough.
Well, it's bomb down at the top of the middle for them to slowly play with. Legia gets one kill in this round on the scout. It's the one kill he would have wanted in the last round, let's be honest. Next goes back toward top. The ultimate position he's found as well. Map 3 looking more and more likely, but Kiev does get Lucas. Problem is he and Gobby are both in the 20s. Still manages one more kill. Bomb's still down. 1 versus 2, but he's got to be absolutely perfect on his peak. Goes back out. Bolts is ready. Map point all ready for Immortals.
It is indeed. I don't think the comeback's on at this point. They have to keep force buying, and this could be a very one-sided affair. 15-2. One round will do it. Let's see the third map. UMPs, CZs, Desert Eagles. It's not looking too good right now. Legia had the chance to keep their head above water. That pistol, he played it perfectly. The flank was there. They had no idea it was coming in. Knife out for that team player. Can't find a shot. The USP can be quite a cool mistress in that respect. He missed the first few shots. Especially jumping around, it can be a little bit problematic, but that was a kill that was on a plate. That should be taken.
Even though, talk about the headshot potential on a pistol round for the USP. He had time to hit 3 body shots easily.
It's going to take a huge comeback here, but if there's a team that'd be believing in themselves, it'd probably be big. I've taken the eagle here. There's a bit of a force fight from Immortals there to try and shut it down as quickly as possibly could before the CD economy gets established, but now a chance, well, at least a round to feel comfortable. Big just be up against the PG50s, unarmored players as well. One flashbang. You normally go to like either rush B on this one, or you go to the apartment and flash out off the chimney. Looks like it's the former. Straight up rush B. Good grenades coming in as well. I think that's been great with those. And it's straight down a chance for taps into the line of the scoreboard.
Oh, doesn't quite. He got 2. It looked a little awkward. Thankfully, Legia is immediately there, and he'll continue to add his stats. Pistol round may still haunt them. Let's not let him off the hook too easy, but he sits at 16 and 16. Yeah. He actually leads the way again for Big, which is quite astonishing that he's the player that showed up in this series. 1-0 as well. If you're just joining us, Big had a comeback on Cobblestone versus Immortals. This was another game in which Immortals had a massive start.
Absolutely. Well, 10 now. The deficit starting to shrink. Aggressive stuff from Legia, pushing through the smoke as well. It's going to be tabseN taken down through the smoke, through the wall. Legia fighting back as he finds KNG as well. We know he's a good Inferno sniper. It's 4-4 for now. Legia through the smoke, though, finds a headshot on Henny, and they keep the lead.
Nade toward the top. Banana Legia is forward enough of it that he doesn't take as much damage. He'll re-smoke himself into position. Very aggressive jump as well. They're going to hear that. He's got to change his angle. Good damage through. Jump shot. Legia. Slam dunk as he goes back down. He's caught out trying to reload. That brings Steel in, but Nex has gotten into a better and more trainable position. He'll easily follow it up and take out Lucas as well. 6 rounds now for Big.
Seems to be working out for them. More aggressive that time. Legia, after the blunder in the pistol round, managing to find 2 strong frags there. tabseN got taken down through the smoke. I thought that was it. He would be done here on Inferno, but fighting back. They're not going down. Well, at least giving us a few rounds. There's the shot through the smoke, and tabseN really not having a good time there. Everything is possibly going wrong is actually happening right now. Legia, though, getting fired up again. He's still sort of leaving, and you don't quite find it that convincing just yet. But that was something. He's getting into it now.
It's hard to do that and be that emotionally attached and have to go against you.
Yeah.
Good start. Finds Lucas. So again, they have the early advantage against the pistols. Quick shots to smoke from tabseN as they will group inside of middle. Bomb goes toward apartments. And as of right now, there's not the most fortified setup toward the A site. In specific, not only that, KNG taking down Legia is going to open up some space to thin out the defense. Daring thought. Tech9 could easily overwhelm the rifle from that range with speed, and not to mention the movement mechanics.
Definitely. It's Keeve, he's low HP as well, towards that graveyard. Flashbang comes in, Keeve to hit first.
Keeve goes down though because he's low HP, left in the open, dropping in. That's exactly what the pistols can do. As they get over the railing, Gobby follows suit, but it's KNG that actually got his aim set first upon landing, and that means bombs planted. Immortals. All they have to do is hold off Nex and tabseN, and they'll take the map. KNG might roast alive in pit. He's forced back. Nex gets Henny. KNG gets Nex. Trade goes back. tabseN's in the open. It's all onto him, and it's one bullet from tabseN that keeps them alive.
Thought it was done. The P250 of the apartment somehow finds 2 frags. Keeve was low, sure, but how does he find the second in the pit? They upgrade to rifles, AWPs, and tabseN, he's got something left in the tank, it seems there. A lovely shot of the USB to finish things off. And we still have a game on our hands. Here's the replay. This shot especially, he jumps up on the barrel, manages to take down KNG. Double AWP set up on the T side for Immortals. It's pretty out there, not a common strategy. We normally talk about 1 AWP being questionable on the T side of Inferno. Now there's 2. I'd like to see where this is going. I guess it's like the Hail Mary play to try and finish this game off.
Flash out, Keeve ready, goes back in, wins the exchange. Don't hold your breath, Immortals. Might be holding it a while at this rate. Flames at the feet of KNG, oversteps ever so slightly. Now, I don't know if anyone was close enough, to be fair. I don't think tabseN would have heard that. But he has set the AWP now from Arch side. And M4 goes back out and peeks it as well. Take it back, excuse me, it's Nex that's there. I thought it was Keeve that actually rotated over. It's not, he's still sitting toward B. And they'll go for the new box boost inside of B, so no more banana aggression.
An advantage. Keeve hits the first shot once again, but Lucas, he's striking back. Precise headshot to B.
Smoke in front of the box. Nex burns Lucas. They want to wrap around still with rifles, but no time to get the plant if they can't find the openers inside of the site. tabseN. Good play from Nex as he sits on the box. Bombs in front of him. Steel from high on the balcony looks down upon and says, that's enough, I'll take back the position. KNG can get the bomb. Oh, and the AWP. Ooh, head's not done. He does clip Steel through the wall. You can see the bullet hole. Watch a quick peek from KNG. Post plant slides in. He's gone in the site, not down toward quad. They've got to read it. They've got to find it. They've not. KNG, he could go back out directly into Legia. Steel does it instead as he gets pulled toward them. And Immortals win map 2. The first 2 defeats. Big. Inferno.
It's a very good point, Matt. Winning this map 3 times in this tournament, they've looked fantastic. They've taken some huge names down, but Immortals finally break the wall, and it's going to be 16-7. I was sort of believing that with 5 rounds in a row in the CT half, but at 13-2 started losing the pistol, and that blunder in the pistol as well.
Yes.
The 1v1, I think that has to be noted. It's very significant. Look how well they were doing with the gun rounds. If they have the pistol and the 3-0 start, maybe that comeback is possible. And it's gutting, but it's nice to see Immortals fired up and Henny bouncing back after having the issues with the mouse and a very quiet performance.
Pig.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Pig.
Salutations.
Just salutations.
What?
Are you and your brother gonna play?
Oh wait, Devin?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Are you and your brother playing comp after or not?
Yeah.
Alright, can I please?
Yes, you can, dude.
Alright, lad.
Yo, we're trying to play too, dog. Okay then.
Dot, exactly. I didn't really understand what you said.
Oh, I said we were trying to play too. Street used to be Silver Elite Master 2 days ago, dog, you know? You feel me?
Yeah, Silver Elite Master is only the greatest ring.
Yeah, that's the best.
Harder to get to than Gold.
Yeah, bro, you know Gil_14, dude, he's Silver Elite D Gold Master.
The gold Nova triple master.
Exactly, dude. Silver, don't forget the silver in there.
I can't... Wow, golden loot farm, you absolutely destroyed me, friend. My first kill of the game, lads.
I'm proud of you.
One dig. Cat. One dig. No, not one dig. One dig.
Throwing a flashbang. Smoke!
Thank you very much. Yes, a little quiet, a little more private out here, a little more intimate with this game as we're going to get into map number 3. Big Immortals, and Immortals, I have to say, have been the more complete team throughout the course of the series. I think so. Overtime on Cobblestone was a comeback from Big, but they have lacked on their T. Both teams have, but specifically to mention it with Big, they have lacked on their T side, which is something they've been incredible at throughout the course of the event until now.
Yeah, this is looking slightly worrisome for to say for Big now. Going into this map pool, the first 2 maps I said, yeah, Big can do this 2-0, absolutely. With Cobblestone and Inferno there, I think they're going to do it. But now we go on to Train. This double orb setup of Immortals coming through, and Henny finding some form as well. KNG looking the way he does. I feel like they get this. This on CT side as well, I believe. So going into this one, they get rolling here. They get that pistol once again, get a 3-0, and manage to get the double orbs out nice and early. I feel like Big are going to struggle here. The T side especially have been uninspired. It looks like they've maybe some sort of mind games going on. They feel like they know, the Immortals seem to know what they're doing and how to shut it down. Is that the problem for them? They can't really get into this one. Haven't really seen much in terms of the clutches either. It's all just been a one-sided affair. Did very good on the CT half, but that 13-2 first and Inferno, like, difficult to bounce back from that, especially that pistol blunder.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing. There was a real chance that they could have bounced back. Yeah. That was mandatory, and they failed to achieve it. We're going to get underway on Train. Immortals starting CT side, Big starting T. They've started T in all 3 maps. They chose to do so on Cobblestone. Obviously, therefore, Immortals chose to start CT on Inferno. This one, I believe, was knifed. But either way, it's TTT for Big, which has been all of their issues.
Well, 3 sets of armor coming in, Molotovs and smokes as well. Most teams favor the inside area. We'll see if that rings true here in the 3rd and final map. Whoever wins this one is indeed going to the semi-finals. That sadly does go home.
Never seen so many decoys spread out so vastly across the map.
That's true, it's 4 of them out there.
It was more than that. There was, I think, 6 at one point. 2 below Heaven, 1 at E-Box, 1 at the backtracks, and 1 at B. I guess that's 5. But who's counting?
I don't know.
Were you counting?
You are.
Okay.
Apparently.
I don't know how to count. Tabson, meanwhile, wants to go in toward upper. Henny is just below on the ladder, or below the ladder, if you will, at the spools. The spools, by which he goes undetected, is able to pop out, take down 2, including the
People with epilepsy know that seizures can provoke injuries. While it's important to be smart and use common sense to avoid potential injuries, the goal is to live life as fully as possible. People with frequent seizures should exhibit special care in water.
Without the crowd here, they don't care. They're still going to get aggressive, and he yells across the booths.
Yeah, the mind games have been real. It's been really exciting for me to actually see that. Being able to see your opponents, to stand up and like watch them try and avoid eye contact with you when you're celebrating like that can be quite a satisfying thing to do. Immortals definitely getting stuck in. It's nice to see it. It reminds me of my playing days, and he didn't have any booths, so they just literally sat opposite each other. And that's what Counter-Strike's really about. I actually think it's a nice addition. Number 2, and Deagles, forced by head generally from Big. 80-50s Deagles, 1 smoke, flashbang, no bomb in the previous round. Immortals completely ran away with that one. Looking like a better unit overall. I have to agree with you on that one. And Kiev gets headshot through the corner of the wall there. That was a pop dog. We're trying to bounce back though. See if he can get the 1 dig. Apparently cannot. Steal and Bods chime in first for the first 2 frags.
By the way, Big losing on the last map means Gambit is the only remaining undefeated team in the event. No team has ever won a major undefeated.
Yes, that's
in
true.
any case. Virtus Pro denied SK doing so on 2 separate occasions, both in Columbus and at the E-League major. Tabson, meanwhile, with bomb, last alive in this particular round for Big. Not really any chance they had with the pistols. He does have armor at Deagle, but they've got guns aplenty, and the guns will find the kills. And he gets his, I think, 4th kill overall, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even 5th at this point.
Looking very comfortable there. No plan once again, I have to say. It's 2-0, and that double orb setup ever looming. You feel like Immortals are the favourites going into this one, especially with the form Henny was showing on Inferno. M4A4s, some SMGs as well, steal the fat mess. Not really much they can do about the situation. Let's upgrade a few more of those pistols. Certainly can't force into the round. Objective purely to try and get that bomb down. It's very unlikely Kiev can do anything with that Deagle. It's interesting he buys that, considering it's the AWP as well. That's $700 for that pistol, and it's not exactly to win you around. He invests in it, limits himself. And we're going to number 3 here. Unless he finds a kill, he cannot buy the AWP. Just to note that.
Bolt's already pushing toward upper. 2 quick kills on the SMG, but we've got number 5. Tabson sneaks in behind him after jumping around the stairs and walks in behind. It's KNG that gets the response on Kiev. So it's a 4 versus 2, but add it to the total, the tally.
5 knife rounds in a series. I've never heard anything like it. Madness.
Who brings a gun to a knife fight?
Oh, exactly. Only 1 frag. That's with the knife, apparently. We did say Kiev had to find a frag to get the AWP. That did not happen. The bomb did not go down either. But Tabson, with a knife kill, $1,500, he can now drop the AWP. That's an option. So that actually helped him out quite tremendously, I have to say. And he can drop an AWP and buy himself armor. He drops an AK-47. Doesn't opt for it, though. 4 AK-47s. The gear down to the UMP. It's Tabson who completely dropped off in Inferno Map. He's supposed to be the superstar of this team, one of the upcoming talents we have. In terms of mechanical skill, he got there at the very best and just completely disappeared on Inferno. But if he can arrive now, there's still plenty of time. Going to the first gun round here. The AWP's on the back of Henny, looking towards lower ramp right now. He's baiting in bolts towards upper as well. We know bigger a tactical team and love the executes, but haven't been winning any clutches. The bomb's been going down, just can't convert those into victories.
Henny and Bolt, perfect position in the crossfire, and Henny not at the corner. It's down below the ramp. And boost steel all the way on top of the train. That will be a perfect position to deny plants inside of smoke. Not that there is any down just yet. There are 3 available for Big. So they could go for a smoke execution. A little bit more difficult to get as aggressive as they did on Inferno to get in their face on this map. So rather than doing so, they anticipate what the play will be and position accordingly.
Time ticking away. Still with 4 smokes and Molotovs aplenty. Final commitment comes in, that bomb needs to go down. If it does not, they're going to struggle here. I think that must have been a misthrown smoke, because when the final commitment comes in, it's still in a perfect position here.
There they go. He's still there. He's still behind. He can't move too soon because they'll see him in turn, which next does. So he does not deny the plants straight away as KNG goes back in from the back tracks. He might get caught by Henny, who misses a clean and wide open shot that gives Tabson the kill onto KNG. Lucas turns to try and make up for his brother's amends, but it's all of a sudden Kiev that gets the kill onto him, and round over. Immortals back off. We go 3-1 Big in the first gun round, able to pick it up quite cleanly. I shouldn't say too cleanly. They're 5 alive, but only just.
Yeah, still in that perfect position. When you get flashed 3 times and you're stood in the open, sure, it's a nice place to be, but I felt when the 3rd flash comes through, you might have outstayed your welcome. And if you just drop down and held on the bomb site, you had a chance to get a kill, like 0 chance of the amount of time he's getting flashed there. So it looks like a very nice idea, but nice execution generally from Big. Very slow. We did see that being a problem on Cobblestone, especially. That slow-paced gameplay. As soon as they went for the final limit, if that bomb dropped, they just couldn't get the plant in. This time, though, they managed to negate that possibility. We're going to round number 5. Double AWP setups out, Matt. This is where things get interesting. KNG, one of the best performances I've seen from him on Cobblestone. 12-3 in the first half, with 28 kills to finish things off, but can he find that form once again on train? Kiev with the AWP as well. And now we're really getting into it. Big round here.
Smokes in front of E-Box and at Sandwich. Steel won't be able to do much with it. Bolts again goes to the high ground with Henny low, so they haven't been able to get him to the corner quick enough on the AWP. KNG's AWP is very aggressive, I will say. However, Kiev was at the ready with his in return. He's gotten down Pop Dog. Steel is in a perfect position to take advantage of utility with the flashes. Brilliantly timed. He goes back out. They'll be able to push around behind him, and Sandwich, in fact, he runs through the flames. Still manages to get a kill. He may get more than that as he swaps to the AK. No reload required. Time in his favor as a result of it, but they're still searching. They're still trying to go above. He spotted Gobby going up. Gobby still shoots down. It's just Henny remaining.
Great attempt there by Steele, but only gets one kill in total. It's up to Henny now. 3 versus 1 situation. The bomb goes down. Can find his first kill, almost guaranteed. It's the barrel. Misses the shot somehow. Wow. Bit of an anti-climax, but certainly had the chance for enough. I think he thought he was guaranteed. It was a lock-in. He just looks away. I thought it was.
Straight under his armpit, I guess.
Must have been.
Might be the sweatiest armpits next to mine after that.
I'm not sure that's possible, but yes. It's getting there. Yours is something else.
Thank you.
You still smell lovely, though.
That's
Just
a lie.
so you know.
I never smell lovely.
3-2 is going to have to be an eco for Immortals now. 2 rounds in a row with the big side. Looking like they're getting more comfortable. They've been struggling on these T sides. And then some. P250s and no armor. Apart from bolts, let's tell a lie. As he has a Deagle and the Kevlar.
And he jumps over to blue. Wants to get closer on the P250. But finally they go over toward B. Bolts pushed back. Everyone in the brown halls with the acceptance of Kiev, who waits for a flank and then joins in. I get to a Molotov down if I'm not mistaken, but either way, toward B they go. Flash through, taps and goes wide. He's going to go long down the sidewalk. So too, in fact, will Godby, which means Bolts is still on the site, and no one challenging will eventually get taken down. Good shot through smoke by Lucky Luke. Next says no. And as he walks back in, he's able to swing around from yellow to the tanker and catch Steele pushing. Any flank attempts thwarted. 2 HP for Kiev and Godby, but round goes to big. We tie things up at 3, and T-side's looking better on this map.
Yeah, 3 in a row after losing the pistol as well. They're all starting to bounce back, it seems. The T-side has been pretty horrendous with the big side, and now they're actually getting plenty of money to work with. Kiev, the AWP, this is great news. Got $9,000. And the double AWP setup hasn't been that deadly, I have to say. I thought that was going to be the downfall of Big getting into training at Immortals and on the CT side as well, but KNG hasn't really delivered anything too special. Same story for Henny. They're both on 4 frags apiece, and the gun rounds looking quite nice. I guess if you think about it, Train is a map that certainly suits Big. You don't need that much in terms of map control. You're just pushing the cities back as much as you can, denying them information, going for a full execution. That's what they're very good at. And we go towards Pop Dog once again. It's Kiev trying to open things up, but Henny's on the other side. Needs to be very careful of his commitment here.
As many rounds already in a T side that Big has achieved in any opening half. They only got 5 over their 30 T-sided attempts previously, excluding the overtime, obviously, in the first game. Window there for Tapson to look through with the smoke down. He's trying to get boosted above it to see at least toward the trains, the tops of them, in fact. Steele so close to the smoke. As it fades, he sprays in. That gives Godby the position, or at least the awareness of where it is, and sprays back with the AKKNG. Meanwhile, top blue could try and push wide and get a similar peek toward Pop Dog, but he's worried, in fact, that he will get countered off from a mate, which is the one thought. He's not wrong in assuming, and he finds Keep now. He'll swing, but that pulls the attention back. He's still made it work. He may get all 3. Just barely gets taken down by next. Bomb was planted, but for once in the post plant, Immortals have the advantage, and Bolts is adding to it by taking down the 2 remaining Big players.
Bit of a brawler around there, but the bomb does get planted for Big. The execution was decent, but it's up to KNG, who's scrapping on the front lines with his teammate Bolts as well. As Henny gets 1 key frag, buys some time there, and they keep 3 players alive and upgrade once again to that double AWP setup. They take the lead. It's 4-3. Big with a solid game plan here, and this was similar scenes to what we saw in Inferno. The bomb going out plenty of times, and then the clutches, the big names of Immortals stepping up. But Big is having a better half this time. 3 in a row. Isn't going to reset them and everything. They still have money, even if they lost this round, to reinvest. Next doesn't look too happy.
Neither was Kakafua. Kakafui? I never say his name right.
I'm not going to attempt it. I just say the coach.
The coach.
Yeah.
Couple of fists thrown. They know how much it means to them to get economic control. Something they've not had on the T side. Kiev will certainly start by helping in this round, taking down KNG. Henny still has his op meanwhile. And it's in Z connector, so closer to the A site this time. But they can slow the pace Big because they've controlled it early.
Yeah, I like that from Kiev. Great shots to open things up. Nothing SCTs can do now but sit and wait Train's a difficult map to reclaim map control. Your options, push towards main entrance with a flashbang, but very passive ult from Big. They're waiting for that to come in. They're welcoming him. They want you to try and react and try and get a kill as they hold up. Still in T-spawn, 2 players. Legia investigating towards inside. CT's not really changing too much up. It's Bolt who's alone inside, just holding the incendiary, trying to get intel for his team. He doesn't want to fully commit, wants to try and delay the plant as long as possible. Outside, execution will come in momentarily. Could go back towards inner if they want to from Pop Dog.
Ooh, Godby's got to get out. Somehow one of the ticks didn't hit. He must have had a small gap he found. At least the sound wasn't made. I didn't catch if the damage was consistent. Certainly seems to not apply as he goes out and Steel finds him anyway. Bombs attempted to be planted inside of the smoke. I think it will be, and he's actually got the angle wrong. He's not quite on the back of the train where he expected, but Bolts has the kill immediately after onto Tabson, which again puts them in a favorable post plant. Look at Legia. This could be massive for Legia. He's got to start walking exactly, I was about to say, about now, because they could still hear him from Z Connector. Yeah. All his teammates have to do is contain. Contain is the name of the game because Legia's going to walk in and take his time. They're already on the defuse, though, so he's got to go now. Finds one, moves toward the hit, sprays it down. They're still on the defuse. They've got to get off it. Oh, they let it go. 5 seconds. It was close. He's got a knife, but he's high. He's high, and he's not going to find it. Immortals get the defuse to find round 5.
How has that happened? Oh, Legia, it seemed like he'd done everything perfectly there. You spotted it. The flank was on point. The timing was perfect. He gets in connector, finds 2 frags, but the full defuse eludes him. Oh dear. And that's similar to scenes we saw earlier in this series as well. Everything's perfect up until that point. It's looking so good. The plant's down, equal situation. The gear's coming in, and he's looking for the 6th knife of this series. Doesn't happen though, can't find it. Full defuse comes in.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, he's so close. So close and can't get the defuse.
Oh. Okay, not as upset as I thought.
Every round is starting to matter so much for Big. First time both of these teams have been legends. They both want, obviously, into the semifinal, but it's Immortals leading 5-3, map 3. Tabson this time, by the way, sits 4-7, so not anything miraculous, but he's in the mix.
We shall see. It was a decent round for Immortals, but 2 close ones means they do go down to a Bolts UMP here. He plays the anchor site towards B. Henny backing him up there, very common position for the Orpers towards the upper ramp of the Brown Halls. But Molotov'd off, tries to stick around for any sort of commitment from the T side, but just takes quite a lot of damage there. He goes back. Terrorist side now setting up once again. They're focusing primarily towards outside. I don't think they've been towards inner at all, apart from that flank from Legia. Just trying to get that bomb down time and time again, which is working perfectly. Immortals having a rough time defending the execution. KNG, though, he has been battling with the M4A4. Steel to go down first as Godby opens things up once again.
And he's still in it for Big. Got the lead. KNG's trying to stay on the ladder. Ooh, and makes it work as well with movement to avoid the flames as he jumps backwards. He catches off next, but thankfully for him, Godby is immediately on the scene. Bomb still planted. Henny with the AWP watches toward it from the old bomb alley. The round looks to go to Big. And money's tight. It's dire on both sides. So that's going to be a save call immediately from Immortals. And I see... Oh, it's only on my screen, so maybe I'm glitched. I thought I saw a timeout call coming in for the next round, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if that's true or not. I hold my tongue.
I don't think it's been called.
Okay, so I'm glitched.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's not going into my personal life too much.
4-on-2 now. It's going to be Immortals with the AWP. Bomb indeed will go off, and he's doing what he can to hold on to it, but he's being hunted down by Bolts. He's there to protect his brother, and will do what he can as Legia. Oh, and Tabson challenging the does get dropped. Okay then. It's pretty harsh reset for the CT side. 5-4, Big managed to go outside once again. The slow, methodical play style. That's it. I really do think it suits them as a team, this map. I feel like it should work out, right? They love smoke grenades, the Molotovs, the flashbangs working as a unit, and it's got B to find the first few frags here as well. He really has shown some decent form in the last month or so. See if we continue here. Almost a guaranteed round for Big. I said that with bated breath. Nothing really is guaranteed in this game. As the ammo we're talking about, the pistols can be a bit of a nuisance sometime, but this time Kiev towards the main entrance. Pins heading to the wall, 5-on-4, just like that.
Great shot to start it off. Immortals, 2 players, 1 defuse. 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 Immort Haven't seen the boost yet until look back toward the Ivy position. Ivy, by the way, I was about to say, hasn't been as much of a factor in this game as what we normally see on Train. Lucas has even pushed it this round undetected. It's not been a point of contention. It seems like a lot of the early rounds when we are casting Train, when we're observing it, it's 10, 15 seconds of Ivy control.
No, absolutely, you're right. Well, this is just big, just saying, do the same tactic over and over again. This outside execution's working for them. Bleed out the CT utility at the very start, hold up, show a little bit of presence towards inside so the AWP can't be established in Brown Hills once he's gone. Back to the outside setup, deploy the smokes. Managing to find opening kills. Players like GodB, once the bomb's planted, they're operating very efficiently. This round, nothing to be excited about. It's up against just Pistols here. It was Key, very good spawn. Went towards main entrance and took down the first player crossing up the bomb boat. Give all five alive. That's great news. And after that, Keev's only got 4 kills, but he has got $12,000. He has got that working in his favor. Round number 11 now. We're all tied up once again. 5-5. This time, much better, I have to say, for Big. T-sides have been poor, and it has to be another eco for Immortals. Finding themselves in financial ruin, it seems. HE grenades being purchased, very common strategy on a CD-sided Train. You throw those HE grenades towards main entrance. Bit of an airstrike between players like Key, trying to get that first pick, trying to take him out of the equation very early on. If you get the AWP and somehow recover it, that could be something quite interesting. It's Steel and Co to go throw their grenades. They do go in, but nothing really inflicted at all. There it is, a bit of damage to Tabson.
Kiev walks back through, gets the AWP low pop dog. He's been entering from that position on a few occasions. It's not often you'll see an AWP take that angle. It's aggressive, it's tight, it's narrow, and it's a hard choke point to work from, but he's made it work. He's gotten the pick, and Nex and Tabson capitalize. It's just Pistols for Immortals, and as such, there's not really much they're going to be able to do. Big's going to take a lead 6-5. Weird to say this, considering how the group stages went, but the first lead they're going to have on a T-side this whole series. At least once we're into the established money, because of course the first map they did win the eco and get a 3-1, but that's like a technical, Henry. Okay.
We try to avoid being technical on it.
Exactly.
Keep it light.
It's overrated.
Yeah. Well, another eco, nothing really to report back to you in terms of the analysis side of things. But we do get money once again for Immortals into the next round. GodB finds the final frag, 5 players alive. I guess that is quite a big note. Keeves just hit $16,000, or just shy of it. That's the most you can have in Counter-Strike for anyone who may be a new viewer. That's where you want to be, ideally. Keep with the most money you possibly can get. Buy a few more grenades, take himself down to 15k. And he buys the AWP once again. We haven't had many pauses here. I think this is the first one. It is indeed.
First for Immortals, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think Big has not used one yet either, so.
No, I don't think they have.
I say if this goes to overtime, I'm going to call it now. We have to play with knives only.
Yeah, why not? They seem very well versed with the knife. So maybe Zeus's?
I knew you were going to say it. It's weird. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, we haven't had a taser kill.
We have. I don't think it's major. I don't think we've had a taser kill. Hate to see that.
The whole major. Wow. Yeah. Usually you get at least one cheeky one in there.
Yeah. Please buff.
Please don't. Please don't. Yeah, let's make the range like, 40 feet.
Yeah.
But it doesn't kill you, it just locks you in position while you flail on the ground. And then
that's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
I like it.
Valve's here, Henry.
6-5. Double AWP setup going out once again. There is a defuse gun available, but lack of utility. These AWPs, I was excited about it, wasn't I? But hasn't really delivered so far. It will be KNG getting the majority of his frags from the M4A4. Henny, another quiet game, 5-7 for him. Number 12, Big with the lead, looking to extend that, but this time maybe focusing towards inside. This is a different setup. Holding towards the lower ramp, that's bold. He pushes through aggressively, needs to be very careful there. Bullets flying around, and Tabson takes him down. That might be the commitment. If you know how Immortals play, you know that usually anchoring one player towards that side of the map. That was indeed the case, but Henny, he rotates in before any sort of commitment comes through. Big on the sort of team to commit of one kill. Immortals certainly are. They love that. They get one kill, they'll be getting 5-man unit rushing through. Big like to have the mind games in place and wait for the reactions and see if there's any utility, get another read, go for full execution still. Two very different approaches when it comes to Counter-Strike. But for now, it's working very nicely for Big after going 0-3 down. That's 6 gun rounds there, so 35 seconds remaining. I think the inside player for the first time is coming in.
Good shot, Henny, to finally gee up. But they go. Henny with the rotation, remember, it brings it even, and KG, the second AWP, also in the sight. It's all ops. As Kiev tops onto KG, it's all next to try and get it followed up. Bomb plant to come in. Tabson's got himself in a very good position as they work through the smoke, or does he? Because Lucas spots him first, and he makes the follow-up play. It's down to Kiev to hold it off, 1 versus 2. And around where Immortals lost the first pick and the site. No kits or armor. I take back, sorry, there is armor, but no kits on the Immortals players. Part of my screen cut it off, but Kiev's got to be very careful. Time is a factor, but they're getting so close. He's on the AWP as well. Realizes it late that they're close. Good shot, but not fast enough. And ample opportunity for Steel to get the defuse.
Nice play from Immortals. Quite calm. Like we said, time ticking away with no kit there. That'll be a very comfortable defuse. Sticking together. The no keeps the AWP right. As soon as he fires a bullet, that's when you punish him. Silent up until the bomb site itself. Then got very close, and Kiev knew that was a possibility. He's like, hang on, this isn't right. Why is there no sound? Why are they not coming for me? Checks it out, hits the no scope. But that's all he can do. Impossible to get the second frag. Decent attempts. They took 4 players down. Or I should say, Big Side did, and they'll keep the Immortals modest here, and even more so. Have a look at this buy. They've lost that double AWP potential. It's now down to double UMPs. Not as tantalizing. A couple of M4s in the mix as well. KNG this time, the AWP. We were saying that he needs to be the main AWP. In current form, you need to swallow your pride a little bit to say, look, you're playing better than me right now. Let's see what you've got. He'll be playing towards outside, and big no, they win this round. This could be a landslide half, 9-6. On the T side of train would be fantastic for them. They have no money left, Immortals, to work with. This is huge.
Next and Gobby down to pop together. Please move next, Gobby. Get out of my way.
It's all very quiet here. This is outside play once again. The first time you've seen him go in there was the previous round. Didn't work for him. They're probably going to say, you know what? It's not for us. Stick to outside bomb side. That's where the real teams get the rounds won.
It is very quiet here, Henry. You're right.
Yeah, I meant more on the server.
I knew what you meant.
But it is quiet here. It's nice. It's relaxing.
I always wanted a big room this big just to sit in silence.
You've stopped sweating.
It's true. It was all the body heat. We solved it. That's why, actually, they were removed. It was by request of me. Flash getting ready to go through smoke. And he's gotten up reverse side of the box on entry, which is actually a good position with the smoke down, but he has to be cautious of A main. Steel's gonna have to relay that information. That's why it's a good position. And he backs off, finds 2, but Steel follows. You can't complete the same task, I should say. Lucas with a good shot in return. However, they've got to be careful because they've lost another man going to the site. Next is found. And KNG's AWP does a fantastic shot. Good work. And you said 9-6 could be possible. Well, Immortals have taken back the lead and avoided the reset.
Yeah, that's a much needed round for them on the CT side of train, especially. That would have been a full reset in terms of you'd have to normally double eco, but the closing sector the first half, if the force around it, almost guaranteeing the bigger 9-6, but shutting it down there.
It's bizarre as well to see a team be up around 16K and not leading the half by a big amount.
Yeah,
it's
right.
It's 7-6 for Immortals, and it's all it has to do with is the fact that there's 2 very close rounds on defuses in a slew of 3 rounds than the 2 defuses, and then another 3 that they were so efficient in.
Yeah, Big has certainly been controlling the economy. You have to remember as well, Immortals have got that 3-0 start. Doesn't necessarily carry on to the mid stages of the half. Tactical time and up, a bigger chance for the coach to chime in. Got B to consider his options. Defaults have been great, but it seems like Immortals now playing in front of the smokes and challenging a little bit more actively now. KNG, like we said, seems to be on the main AWP responsibility at this point. Henny has a secondary AWP, but it hasn't been as exciting as I thought it would. Maybe I built it up too much. I thought it was going to be amazing performances and 6 shots left, right, and center, and shutting everyone down. But simply this slow, methodical place out from Big, with all the smokes used, has left them a little bit vulnerable. We're pushing towards eyes this time. The first real CT aggression coming in, but it's up to Henny to play in front of the fire up a ramp as well. Sticking around, hoping to get something done here.
Molotov again towards Sandwich, most commonly Molotov spot probably on the entire map, as there's enough of a sliver gap beside it for Tapsy to push through, but Bolts is able to control. Could be going 9-6 the other way if we're not careful. Like, yeah, good response. Again, continues to be a force to be reckoned with in this whole entire series. He sits 11-7, highest on the team again. Bomb planted as KNG is going to rotate around to find a better angle. There's no availability of sight from Old Bomb due to the smokes. Good read from Keeve. Great shot up close to catch Lucas on the flank.
3 on 2 now. Keeve, nice shot after KNG and Henny. This double orb setup on the retake, it's not ideal, I'll tell you that for nothing. But KNG, he does find an AK-47 on the floor. He's already legged up next. Finds the kill, converts it quite nicely. Terrorist without any utility, but Keeve doesn't care. Second frag of the round, up to Henny with no kit. He surely can't do this. Time ticking away, has to be defusing now. It's not going to happen. And that's money in the bin once again for Immortals. Rough time here, he will save the MVP, but Keeve stepping up. Here are 2 frags as well to Sonova. The CGs just didn't have the kits to work with. Might not survive this. Lex Keeve dancing around and getting towards a pop dog. He will just about survive, but he can't drop anything. His teammates desperate for cash as well. Lucas down to $4,000. Looking to win the half is big and booked himself a place in the semi-finals. Wasn't looking too great at the start, but they pulled it back. Lagia with some nice shots there. That's quite crispy from him.
Crispy.
Yeah, I guess the double frag.
He's been looking very, very good, I have to say, in a big game.
Don't punch anything.
Lucas,
please.
Now.
Already had that.
One mouse between the 2 of you. That's all that there is left.
Yeah.
Don't relive your childhood together. Sharing is caring. AWP though for the Henny, there's his new name, carried over, and the force, subsequent force around it. Slow play from Big again to start it off. Minute 20 as they start to establish a little bit of control using flashes through the window toward the outer site. Down toward B, Gob, named after it, will go next. Quick shot toward backtracks, wrap around potential to a B hit. It looks to be the case. Tapson's one against Lucas. 3 players coming for the wrap. Not on the entry. Normally you see less players on the wrap itself, but they have to win it against Henny. And the AWP that's saved and carried over has done a massive amount of work. Because Goffy's going aggressive for the fight, not going for the plant. He's stuck in the open, and they work. Henny completely thwarts the chance for the wrap.
So both times they try to go inside, it gets shut down. It's the AWP. This is the backtrack split. I don't really
on the street that the fire in your heart is out.
Yeah, that's a good bit of Oasis. No problem there. I like that. Anyway, what was I saying?
I don't know.
Backtracks on towards the inside bomb side there. Yeah, that's normally a really important tactic, and not one I don't think we see too much. I'd like to see it coming a lot more, but it was well read by the Immortals guys. Orb shots, close range CT spawn. Henny shuts them down. So yeah, that's to note. Both chances to go towards that inner bomb side shut down. Big having a lot of success towards outer, but ultimately losing the half here. And we'll get into the second half pistol buy. Both teams are going to be okay with that half. Nothing too crazy, but they'll be fine with it. Immortals with 1 smoke, a couple of flashbangs, actually 1 flashbang and a decoy. Pretty similar story for Big as Lagia with the kit and flashbangs, and we'll see where they decide to go. A lot of teams do play towards that inside site, but KNG getting aggressive, so's Lucas. They find the first 2 kills. Keeve chimes in though.
Lagia needs to step up and be well positioned. If Immortals pick up a second pistol, it's all pressure on the German side as they'll get inches closer to a semi-final. Keeve's gone back toward hell position. Lagia still inside of Z. Bomb's not committed. Lucas is the one to hold it, and Tapson will have no chance to flank because they're watching Pop Dog. Bolt splitting on Keeve means Tapson has to get to the site now. Lagia has a kit but no armor, and he's being chased down effectively as well. It's all onto Tapson. Look for the second drop, bomb drop, but he's stuck in the open. He's got the third, but he didn't have the time. A step further, and he may have been able to find bolts as well.
He's been pretty absent the last couple of maps, but Tapson there with some signs of greatness. That could have been phenomenal. If he pulls that round off, yeah, the Big probably fired up enough to actually just take the game at that point. That would have been so sick. It looked like a very easy round for Immortals until this point. Tapson went 0 and 14 in the first half of Inferno, but they do manage to win the pistol Immortals, and oh, he's not happy, is he?
He's so consistent on pistols, but you can sense the desperation starting to hit now for Big.
Yeah.
Remember how dejected Immortals looked at the start of map 2?
Exactly.
Well, they recovered, and now it's Big that just looks very frustrated. Almost too urgent, which could perhaps bleed into their playstyle if they start to get too frantic.
Well, they will force buy into this second round here, Big, with the Scout, Deagles, CZs. Can certainly work out. It's Lagia on the Scout. He has been an AWPer at some points in his career. We'll see whether he can step up with a scout here. Usually, to be fair, every time I've casted him, he seems to be the dedicated scout player that is a role. So we get to round number 17. AKs, 3 of those. Pretty strong buy for Immortals in that sense. 1 scout for them as well. It's in the hands of Henny. And there's some wallbang damage trying to come in from the gear as he spams up, but doesn't land anything just yet. But getting some confrontation now.
Bolts does win out against Next. Great shot, Tabson. Bomb dropped, 49 seconds. He's going to have to be careful because if he pursues onto Henny, the rotations are coming back into the site. Kiev still wins against KNG, however, Tabson stayed alive. Somehow he stayed alive. He was saved by Kiev getting KNG on the arrival. And he thinks about planting the bomb. Tabson wants to get closer as a result. Legia, he's got this down to just any remaining. That's one way to steal the Thunder back, and they make it work, Legia, with the scout.
Well, he's called him out, said he could step up with that weapon, gets 2 kills of it, tagging players up left, right and centre. The pistol's helping him out as well, but that's a bit of a blunder from Immortals after having such a successful round there. He went in for the 3 AK-47s, which means you have less utility, less smoke, less Molotovs. You have to take the jewels and go up against that scout. Down the lower round, you can see Legia's got nothing in front of him. Where are the smoke grenades? Why is he not being flashed at this point? There's a shooting gallery, and he has had some very good rounds. Probably the map of his career at the major in the quarterfinal on Cobblestone.
It still means everything this game. The emotions are very, very high. Steel's gone quick. He could actually get a kill here. I don't think they're aware that he's this deep in the site. So he's actually being smart about posting up and holding the angle.
Yeah. Good stuff, and it's going to be a fast-paced round. They've already got out of the main entrance. Legia looking to fight back with the UMP. Spots one, can't connect the shots just yet, but that one does. Takes Lucas down to 5 HP. Bomb not going to be planted just yet as Key takes down KNG. Got B chiming in as well. It's a tight round for them. This is a force fight, but Immortals can't find any frags just yet.
None as of yet. Bolts very low. Oh, we get number, what is that, 6? I can't keep track. 6. Bolts went for it. Honor was there. They knew what they were up to. This is getting personal. 7. We got 7. Tabson gets Bolts. This is out of hand. And look at Tabson. Yeah. I think they're actually joking with each other because he goes to taunt, and I think that Immortals looked back over and smiled back.
Oh dear.
The first one was like, no, I'm not. You're not knifing me. I'm knifing you. And then Works, watch this. Tabson out of nowhere. He's not even anywhere nearby at this point. He's like, yeah, you know what? Screw it. This is unreal.
7 in 1 series. Kiev not enjoying himself just yet. There's a little panic there, but Tabson, that's the more jovial face. We like that. Getting fired up now. They tie things up at 9-9. Has to be the eco for Immortals. Bigger aware. And they'll be playing with the SMGs. 3 of those out. A couple of AKs as well. Very handy to have those on the CT side, for sure. Kiev now doing some shots through the smoke. Taking Steel and Henny down to about 37 HP each.
What a brawl this is becoming. With knives like that, you can tell they absolutely are sending a message. It's not, this isn't even about, obviously it's about winning, you have to boil it down, but there's so much more on the line for these two teams right now. The emotions, the fact that it got dirty real quick. And no knife, of all these ones, more significant than Kiev in overtime, but that has set the tempo. Tabson dinked up, has to be careful as he holds the corner, does drop the bomb early, but now it's Gobby to run in behind them. He just runs and guns. And he'll get it done. Tabson's able to find a kill as well in the deagle as they push beyond. 9-9, and Bolts in a 1 versus 5. Chance to catch off. Gobby manages successfully to do so.
Yeah, nothing too exciting here, but Bolts gets 1 kill. That's something. Probably doesn't get the plant here, considering the bomb's location. They're trying to bait out, but he might have gone down towards Hot Dog there, but he'll be dealt with by Kiev. Long range with the MP9, takes the kill. Starting to get established now, the CTs probably. I would say in this sort of game, I'm like, screw the money. I'm not taking MP9s through to next round. Maybe even UMP, I'd get rid of one of those. I just want to be posting round victories, and Kiev certainly buys the AWP. This is good news for the reasons I just stated. So we'll keep 2 SMGs. The UMPs are fine on train. Lots of close range encounters, but the MP9 had to go for sure. 2 AKs, definitely worthwhile having those up and collecting them from the Ts. You can hold more aggressive angles, go for the 1-taps, as opposed to the M4A1. We go to number 20 now. Big with the lead, 10-9. AWP out, single AWP setup. That's in the hands of Kiev. They usually run a single AWP setup. Legia can AWP as well, but it's quite rare to see them actually run with it at all.
Ooh. Shot in. Kiev nearly hit, down to 15. Just be very careful, all things considered. Molotov back out toward A main. Flash as well, but Henny's preset and ready. There will be no turning away, no cowering in fear, just a straight shot. A flash of lightning. Kiev on 15 becomes a factor in this as well. Keep in mind on the AWP. Tapson's the only one on the B site. If ever a time to be brilliant. He does lead the way again with 16 kills. He's back up to the top of the leaderboard. Good find by Kiev to get Lucas. He was the lurk. He wanted to go in. 2 players only toward B. Tapson's already got the first. There's 2 players only left, I should say. And he's still got position. He's got down steal. He knows there's a third, but he doesn't know where he's gone. And he's realized with the Molotov in play, he's wrapped around, and Bolts is suddenly left alone. All battles won by Big, and Tapson steps up perfectly in the B site.
Yeah, that's what the power of the AK-47 can do. Close range, one-tapping everyone, finding the shots. Good mobility as well from Tapson. As we mentioned, he was on 0 and 14 at one point in Inferno before his series was done. He wouldn't be able to recover, but he's finding form, and he's top fragging once again where he belongs, at the top of the scoreboard for Big. 11-9 has to be another eco now. Lost bonus starting to get there. 4th stage for now, but that only gets you $2,900. No bomb going down. They'd have to take Deagle's PT-50s and a Tech 9. Steele's got some head armor. He must have had a little bit more cash, yet he didn't. There's no real reason to spend an extra $1,000, but he's opted for it. No nades. 1 set of armor and the bomb on the back of Henny. CT's lying in wait as Immortals get ready to go in now.
Bolts gets found trying to work his way in toward the A site silently. Lucas tries to walk in and catch them all, but Tapson again, able to spray down 2, and Tapson will try and push up to get Henny, but he fakes out the bomb plane, even with the low HP. Tapson still prevails. Another 3 kills, stretching his lead now, stretching his legs, you could say. 12-9, Big in control.
Certainly are. Looking very good right now. Tapson especially. It's great to see him finding form once again. Immortals have to answer back to this. Closing sectors now of this game. If you're just joining us, you've missed 2 very interesting maps. I was about to say exciting, Inferno potentially not so much, but Cobblestone certainly was. After going down 12-3, Big recovered, taking the game in overtime. Immortals adjusted themselves. And as we went to Inferno, we didn't think they stood a chance. That's the only map Big had really played in this tournament. 3-0, taking down the names of SK Gaming, FaZe, Cloud9, some of the best teams in the world. And no one could touch them on Inferno, but Immortals did it. A clean performance when they won 16-6. Here we are on train. I wasn't sure what to expect. Slicky has enjoyed himself. As we enter this round, double orb set up again, but on the T side. Virtus.pro run this sometimes. A few teams occasionally bring it out. Is this too much?
It's pressure applied early then. KNG gets to the corner, scopes in, I think, yeah. Tapson heard that, so he says, forget it. I'm not going to challenge. Here's a smoke.
Grenade out.
Bomb back toward T-spawn, by the way. And we are starting to see some play at Ivy. We have not seen it hardly at all. Lagia in behind the server has Lucas and Henny. Pop flash goes light. Henny jumps across on his own afterwards. Lagia's calling it because he heard utility and he's saying, all right, definitely for once we've got a battle here, so give me some help. This Molotov is to bait him in. They want... My next throwing that, he is probably the one that actually called for this. He says, throw that behind me so they can't rush through, and then they won't expect me to be in the corner. So this is actually quite clever if it works. He goes wide, he goes early. They miss his shot. He's got a Molotov down deep, and next follows it up. But man, oh man, Henny comes close to death. 14 HP inside the site. Meanwhile, Kiev gets bolts. KNG can't follow up the double up setup, not paying dividends yet, but they still have the man advantage. Looking for more as well. Tapson sitting behind the bomb train. Bomb's going to go back around, though. Henny, he's going to bring it toward A main, so they'll all attack for the front side. Missed shot, Kiev, 1 HP! And still goes aggressive, but can't make it work. Tapson has to be the hero once more.
Yeah, never there was the man to step up. Here he comes. There's one shot, but that's all he's got. And he takes him down. It could have got problematic there with Henny low HP as well. I thought there was a chance. Time was ticking away. They had no idea as to where he was, but there it is. Immortals pick up their first round in 6. We're going to round number 23. Money not fantastic for the Immortals side. 2 players surviving there. Lose this round. It's 13-10 with a harsh reset as well. The reinvestment's coming through. 4 players at, okay, 3 players at $0. KNG's got about 1,000. Steel is 3,300. Single orb setup this time. Tabson. Looks like he wants to go aggressive towards inner potentially, yeah. He will indeed. This is an inside push. I'm loving this idea. Can't get the first frag though. It's a back and forth affair. Gopi bringing it back to a 4-on-4.
4-on-4. 2 rounds separate. Kiev is watching toward Ivy. Nagia. Oh, checks it. Gets the damage in, but doesn't get the kill, which he may be lamenting. Instead of resting upon his laurels over toward Pop Dog, though, he goes back toward A-Main as they flash out. He's ready for it. Knows the flash means a peek is likely coming. Finds KNG. Has next to hold the alternate angle, and they have no idea. Henny just walks into it. Now Lagia can get aggressive. Oh, and thank you very much. I see the bomb, boys. How shall I choose to take down my next target? As he hears Lucas jumping around and over top of the dumpster, he'll be buried inside of it. Yeah, that's all the Immortals can really do with this round. Try and get some frags back in return, but a nice change of pace there from Big. I'm liking that. But Bolts, let's get something here. 45 seconds to work with now. At least the bomb's recoverable. But Nex and Kiev, they patrol the outside bomb side. God B, similar story towards inner. Bolts with 22 HP. Shouldn't be able to win this. It should be almost impossible. Like, this is like 5% chance, if that. He can pull this one off. Gopi will find him. Easy shot to the nuts. Real problematic now for Immortals. The fact of the matter is, Matt, they win the previous round. Bomb doesn't go down here, and they get $1,400 per player. They're going to have to force into it, I think. Hope for the best. This is pretty much the do or die moment. Lose this, you're 14-10 down, your money's not established, you're done for. It's up to Steel and his AK-47. We saw similar heroic plays from Na'Vi on this very map from a young man called Simple. Yes, we certainly did. A young man who had a 1.4 rating and didn't make it through the groups. Steel, good start. That's the AK. Gopi is the one he finds. Flash in, Tapson has to back away. Can't be as quick to try and capitalize, and he's got to be very careful when he does, because Bolts is much closer than anticipated. And that gives up his rifle, so now not only do they have the AK, they have an M4 picked up, and they're a man down. No one inside whatsoever. That site is open. Kiev has to rotate in. He's late. He doesn't know. Has anyone slipped through? Have they gone through upper? Maybe made it to the site already. Are they pushing towards me? It seems quiet, which it is. Lagia towards the Pop Dog. He's going to be key in this situation. Next goes to push inside from what I can see. So it's up to Lagia now to hold strong at that Pop Dog position. He's patrolling the entire outside bomb site alone. No idea what's coming through CD spawn. So many gambles being taken right now. It's found. Henny with the drop down. Tech 9. Wins the exchange. There's only 2 left now for Big. They can't afford to throw away this lead. Not another change of heart. Keep does at least pick up Henny on the entrance, but Bomb's already bypassed him and gone toward position where Bolts can plant safely inside of the train. Next gets closer and closer, but stops up, and that means they know likely what he's up to, but still he finds Bolts retreating. Oh, KNG. This is even better. Knife number 8, don't you dare. Just get it. You see them both. Just get it and take them. Why do you have to make it wait so long? Oh. He does eventually get it on the Tech 9 and pulls back. Who goes to the AK, spots up both players, but Steel's got the angle and a win with the 1 AK for Immortals. Of course. Of course it happens. 4 pistols, 1 AK-47. Steel has to step up. He only gets 2 frags, sure, but he brings in the 5-on-4. He makes things uncomfortable. And at that point, Tabson tries to step up. We know Counter-Strike. It's a reaction-based game. If you lose the first pick, someone needs to go and get it in return. You can't allow Immortals to have that much freedom. Tabson pushed the lower ramp. Couldn't get anything for it. Dropped 5-on-3. And Kiev with a decent attempt there, but couldn't win the round. Lagia had to step up towards that Pop Dog run. We said he was key. Pivotal position. Didn't work out for him. It's round number 25. Faster paced play, and we now have money for Immortals again. Molotov deployed, and KNG, he's back on the AK-47. It's Henny trying to open things up with the orb. Very well placed from KNG on the AK-47. Proficient with both weapons, it appears, as we know, as he's slotted into the role of rifle. Moments off back down toward A-Main. They're going to potentially push through it. Damage taken by KNG, but not a significant amount. Instead, though, watch it from the bomb. Gopi changes his position and almost catches Steel off, but not quite. Kiev, AWP, not fast enough to catch KNG jumping. Tabson versus 3. It's the man who's won alive, but he's got to be quick. And very quick at that, because it's an M4. It doesn't have the one-shot potential. KNG low enough. He could potentially find him, though. But it doesn't have the kit.
Yeah, it's looking pretty desperate for him at this point. Has to start hitting some very impressive shots. There's one. Now we've got a chance. Wants one. Has to rush him down. He's going to find him, but Henny's ready for him. Had to make so much noise there. Like we said, no kit. Pushes in. And now things starting to get a little bit more interesting. Immortals have clawed their way back into this. 2 rounds in a row has broken the money of Big. Do they take a pause here? Doesn't look like they've decided they need it. Should be tied up at 13-13. CZs, P250s. 1 set of armor, that's for God B, and HE for Tabson, but very unlikely they do anything with this round. Tabson's just getting warmed up though. Like we said, 0-14 on Inferno, this time 25-16, turning his game around as we enter round number 26.
And he thought for sure the AWP was on the left of A main, which is why he got no kid. He has to get the kill early. He can't let it come down to a time-based one-on-one. Kiev, aggressive, KNG. Ooh, did he see the gun or not? Well, thanks very much for a misthrown Molotov. It won't matter. Cheeky. Whoa, from KNG. Looking to try and find Kiev, and now they're firing back.
They certainly are. Nex is down on 20 HP now. Not really much they can do with this situation. Just hold up and hope someone goes wild with a P250. Not as good as it's going to get. Very unlikely, especially if Immortals approach it in a calm and calculated manner like they are. Shouldn't be any issues here. Bit of CZ damage towards Bonds. That's about all they'll get though. Keeve now surely doesn't get a kill here. Does damage, sure, but does get dealt with by Lucas.
Up the ladder they go. Next on 20. Still finds a kill somehow against Steel. As Lucas and Henny are able to get the response frags immediately, though. Bomb should go down with tie ourselves 13-13. Lagia wants a say in the argument by flanking. Be a rather large shout to be heard against 4 players, which quickly find him and sort the issue. Tie game. Immortals are accumulating money. Still a chance to break them back, but it's going to have to be, I was going to say a timeout call, because it's going to have to be perfect from Big from here on out.
Makes sense. This is the 3rd and final map of the first major for either of these teams, right? This is a lot on the line. You get to a semi-final, your first one as a challenger, but that's sick. That's unbelievable. All right, Big now lost the lead and taps in, just trying to calm himself down. Get back in the zone. He's currently on 25 frags. Lucas 13. Orb does come out for Keith once again. He's had some great impact, I have to say. The gear down to a Famus. No double orb set up on the Immortal side either. This Henny. No weapon. Better game from him. 17 kills, 18 deaths. Same story for KNG as well. KNG went absolutely off on Cobblestone, I have to say, the first half. No kits, just to know, Matthew.
No, none.
Has been a problem the last few clutches.
Certainly in the one-on-one with Tabson it was. What amount of pressure these players must be feeling this far into a major. As you say, the new teams to even get into the legend spots. Smoke's down. Bomb is getting ready to go B. Tabson's, oh, he might be sold on this. He's been proficient when they do head toward B, and he's up by himself, but only when he's anticipating it. Right now, he's far off where he's typically playing from, and they're going to go into the lower position. Kiev. Oh, chance to hit them both. He gets tagged up. No kill comes in, and that could be a problem, because it means Bomb goes down here shortly, unless Tabson can do something of it. They've not gone for it yet. When they do, shot in, headshot, and follow-up. Tabson soloing the scientist. It's a headshot onto Henny, and Bolts is found as well. Big never give up the lead. They keep it 14-13.
That's beautiful stuff from Tabson, as you would have scrubbed in. Himself to 2 kills. Next, help him out at that point as well. As it'll be 14-13. You're absolutely right. They do not lose the lead. Yeah, it was quite a big one they had, but 3 rounds in a row for Immortals tied us up. Tabson saves the day once again. You can see what it means. He's fired up. He's loving it. And once again, we're down to pistols for Immortals. Sure, they have an awful couple of AKs, but still, with just a Tech 9 and KNG with Deagle, no armor. As Henny, though, to find the first frag once again. Out dueling. Oh. Keith and...
Careful, boys. My God, he went back in the middle again when he was blinded. Had to give away a lead early. Henny does very well to find the angle, but almost gifted more than he was potentially worth. They won with a single AK, an AWP, double AK, and they have the first pick. This is a chance. More tension at Ivy, but it still seems to be front of the site that gets most of the attention. Copy his reverse box. Pop Dog with next to hold off A main. He's going to swing. He's going to swing, miss the shots. He couldn't afford to do so. Tech9 wins it. M4 picked up. Lagia with one. Not normally on the AWP. He's going to need support because he's taken down by Steel, who goes to the sandwich next, spots it, but does nothing of it. Turns around and realizes he has company on both sides. We might have a tie game again.
Yeah, almost certainly at this point. It's up to Next and Tamsin, though. And never say never when they're around. Tamsin with one. Next chimes in as well, but it's not enough. 2 versus 1 situation. Tamsin still can win this. Bomb down in his favor.
Oh my goodness. He could still win this. Goes aggressive on KNG, who fired with the Deagle. Smoke down. Gives a bit of room between the two of them. Bomb is behind Tamsin, but he wants the information, he wants the peek, and he's going to best him with the AK. We get tied again, and money is a factor.
It is, you're absolutely right. Oh dear, for Big. Fully reset, they can just about buy into this, but pick your poison time. Deep force into this. Look to keep the lead. Or do you eco and allow Immortals to get map point first, and you're playing for overtime there. Tamsin, so many great shots. What a performance he's had in this major so far. 2 versus 1 to finish things off, gets the first kill, but they'll finish the job. Money available certainly for Immortals here. But if they were to lose this, they'll be reset as well. You can see that. Khalil for KNG, Lucas, MB7. It's going to come right down to the wire. Overtime certainly possible here. And that's if Big pick up the round. We'll see what happens.
If Big pick up the round, because if they lose it, they're
done as well.
Done.
Yeah.
Wow, what a back and forth brawl. What a series. And it's going the absolute distance. We are guaranteed 30 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
AWP for Henny. Started it last time, and he's going to go to the same position again. Do not enter. No one will. No one goes near it. Shot spotted. Bolts 2! He's got 2 already. Big problems for Big. Money the factor. Death's the cause.
Lagia's got to react here now. He's pushed Ivy. He's going to go all the way on T-spawn. His teammates desperately trying to fight for their lives here. Tamsin pushing inside, getting job done. He gets the headshot, but that's all he'll get. Now Lagia in the 3 versus 1. This round was everything, and he can't find the shot. The low HP of Henny eludes him, and there it is. Series and semi-final point for the Brazilians. Money in turmoil now. $2,000 per player. They only get $1,900 per player in the round. This could be it. They're going to have to dig deep here. They did win a round before with 1 scout and pistols. That's what they're going to have this time again. It's next on the scout. But they had a huge lead here. Big. This would be gutting for them. It would be so demoralizing to go out in this fashion.
What a turnaround for Henny. Up to 21 kills. The double AK AWP setup, and he hits 2 early shots in the round that essentially breaks Big. He goes again. He's got Gobby. It's KNG this time, excuse me, but it's the early AWP. It's causing so much problems for Big.
Yeah, this is rough. Pistols to step up here, taps him with the 5-7. We'll watch him, but it's Lagia that goes down first. A switch shot from the AK-47 of Bolts. Next alone, essentially, on the outside bomb side. His teammates grouped up in the connector. They'll make their way out, but KNG finding kills. This could be it. Low HP, but Next is fighting back.
Next is fighting back, but the flank is coming in. Lucas with 1. It's on the taps and found by KNG. And it's only Kiev. The German swan song. The Cinderella story, the unexpected appearance, and it's Immortals that might be the ones to take them down. Kiev has at least spot up 1 more, but he can't get the shots right away. Bolts pops out, and we've got 5 Brazilians in this tournament. It's not SK, it's Immortals.
Oh, you can see what it means to them as well. What a great series, man. Back and forth for sure. Wasn't clear who was going to take that final map. They're fired up. It was a fantastic series generally, ups and downs for both teams. We had some shocking performances, some amazing ones, and can't get over the finish line there. It's Big who have to go home at this time. And unfortunately, with that huge lead they had in the second half, couldn't convert it to a victory.
2 or 3 very key moments and clutches that went against them, and the money just fell apart.
Yeah.
I mean, through the booth, by the way, I can hear